Chris, I don't think I can go.
We were meant to live together, walking hand in hand together. We were meant to live together for always.
Have you ever made plans and they just didn't go accordingly? I mean, that's exactly what this entire video, this entire trip's about. Sarah is home in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I am here in Guatemala. And believe me, I wish I was back home. So we've had this trip planned for months and months. We were excited to explore Guatemala's countryside, hike volcanoes, go swimming in lakes. You know, the typical Chris and Sarah stuff. But there's one special reason that we were coming to Guatemala. And that's because of our friend Jake. And Jake runs this amazing nonprofit called SOWN, and he said, hey, I need filmmakers to go to Guatemala and showcase and share about a cool nonprofit here. And we jumped at the opportunity. So we've had this whole trip planned for months and months. And the day of the flight, Sarah just gets down for the count. She's sick, and we're at a place to where we can't cancel this entire trip because we have a whole team waiting for us here in Guatemala. And so I had to board the plane and Sarah had to stay home in Chattanooga alone and sick. So for the next 3 days, I'm gonna be up in the mountains filming, wishing that Sarah was right beside me, because at the end of the day, we work better as a team. So I don't know what you're about to see after this moment. I do know this is a story worth telling, and both Sarah and I want to share this story. So let's go.
In the mountains of Guatemala, ancient Mayan languages are still spoken today, Quechua and Quiche. And even though over 6 million people still speak this beautiful indigenous language, it poses a larger issue for their people. It's not Spanish. Spanish is spoken out of necessity and often is more of an afterthought. Children who aren't able to grasp reading and writing in Spanish find themselves at a disadvantage, and their educational journey often stops. That changes today.
So today is the first day we're going up into the village and meeting everybody. I've got all my camera gear, and it's a little bit of a walk for me. So I'm gonna see if I can grab it tucked up. Hola.
Hola amigo, adelante.
Just like home.
These two people are Janice and Bill. For years, Janice and Bill traveled through Central and South America and fell in love with Guatemala, but not just for its countryside, but for its people. Through their travels, they recognized that there was a need to bridge the gap between the Mayan languages and the Spanish language. So they founded Project Quetzal. And that's exactly what we're here documenting today. While their nonprofit covers a lot of different things, we're focusing today on the education side of things.
Okay, so we're here at the first stop, and it's a little preschool. Hola. pulling out all this stuff because there's a camera here. So they have a little car and they've made these little letter plates. So they have to get the car through the letters, and that's how they're teaching the alphabet here. And so they're really enjoying it. And we have people like this. What are you laughing at? All it takes is just being goofy on a camera. School's over, it's snack time. They're messing with the camera. Wait a minute. You want to come over here? Come over here. All right, so here's all right, we got to get in here. We all got to squeeze in. So the important thing about this is like we're trying to capture a story. We're trying to tell why this is important. So these children here, like they're in preschool. They're teaching them how to read in Spanish right now, because if they don't know how to read in Spanish, if they don't know how to communicate, then they're not going to be able to go on to the next schooling system. And if they don't make it from preschool, more than likely, they're just not going to further their education. So that's why this is so vital, because they're teaching these children how to read, how to write, how to communicate, so that they can have a better future. I really wish Sarah was here because this is like right up her alley. I just texted her and she sent back this like emoji, like crying face, and it's making me so sad. But we're here.
Muchas comunidades no tienen esta oportunidad, entonces sí es muy importante porque los niños necesitan aprender desde Proyecto Quetzal de haber llegado en estas comunidades indígenas, y pues es muy importante porque ellos están aprendiendo.
So we just finished wrapping our first set of interviews. We interviewed a mother who has 2 children inside this preschool, and then we also interviewed 2 teachers. It all went really well. I was texting Sarah during all of it. I'm like, hey, does this look good? Sending her screenshots, and she was like, no, move the yellow chair. Like, she's like, this looks good, but I would do this. And even though she's 1,500 miles away, and sick, she is still able to just help. She wants to be here so badly. So now we're going to a different school about 30 minutes away. So the whole point of trying to grab these interviews and feature these children, we're making this entire video for Sohn and Project Quetzal, and the basis of a good story, there has to be a hero, there has to be a main character in it. And so right now, we're trying to figure out who this main character is and how we can tell this story properly so when people watch it, they understand what Project Quetzal does and how it affects so many people, so many indigenous people here in Guatemala. All right, so we made it to the second school. This one is actually in somebody's house. So the one before this was an actual school, and they rent the little space from the school. This one, they have all the children come to the house because this village, as you saw, is just way up in the mountains. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Afternoon classes are about to start. The kids are about to show up. I'm excited. All right, let's go.
Yo para ella quiero que ella sea un buen estudiante y que tenga un buen futuro y pueda ser una buena estudiante, y para que ella pueda aprender.
What are we doing? Look, who is that? This is my favorite part right here. We all just stare at the camera like, this is what we really look like. Look at all this. They're all touching the microphone because you remember my microphone has that little fuzzy thing, so they think it's a... The one language that anybody understands all across the world is the hokey pokey. So we're at this house where they have the preschool for the children, and then they also do weaving here. These women are just amazing at what they do, and they're able to create these garments and sell them for profit.
Mi comunidad es muy pequeña y sé que ellas pues tienen también hijos que están en las escuelas. Entonces surgió esta idea de formar un grupo de tejedoras porque es como una fuente de ingreso en sus hogares y una forma de apoyar la educación de sus hijos en la escuela también.
I cannot get over that this is their backyard. I mean, they walk out and they just see this volcanoes and this beautiful lake, and what a gorgeous setting. You're very lucky. So just finished shooting. We interviewed several teachers, several mothers. There's a lot of different people, and right now I am stuck in traffic. Sorry, the road is extremely busy right now. It's rush hour, it's 5 p.m. We just finished shooting the first day. We interviewed a lot of teachers, a lot of mothers, a lot of kids. We had a lot of fun, but the issue is we haven't really found a main character. And the reason that's important is that when you're making a video like this, you want people to rally behind somebody. You want there to be this cohesive story that makes sense, because right now there's just a lot of different people that even me being here, I'm getting confused. And in order to make a successful video, you can't be confused. I really need to talk to Sarah about this. I think I'm gonna call her here in just a few minutes and kind of like dig through the details and figure out who we really can focus on. No, hang on, you're upside down. There you go. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. I miss you.
Miss you too. Why are you hovering over the camera like that?
Because I have the camera pointing at the screen so they could see you. Sorry.
It makes you look like my grandparents.
I know. Maybe I should take it. Here, I'm going to take a screenshot. How do you work this thing?
You look like you're 80.
I know. I look like I'm 80.
How is it?
It's good. It's good. I wish you were here. There's just a lot happening. We interviewed a lot of people today, and I'm getting confused. We interviewed several mothers. We interviewed several teachers. There's a lot of different storylines happening, and I'm trying to figure out which one to focus on.
Yeah, I know before you went down there, we talked to Jake and then Janice and Bill, the people who run the nonprofit, and they mentioned the one girl who is a teacher and a mom. Is that one of the people you interviewed today?
Yeah, Irma.
I think just because of her story being as like the teaching and the mother, and seeing how it reflects how the impact of what the nonprofit's doing directly affects families in the community, plus she's teaching and helping empower future generations. I think her story is the most compelling. I think it's the most sorry, I'm not thinking clearly. I'm not feeling great. I think her story is the most well-rounded. I think it's got more to it. I think she's the girl you sent me pictures of.
Yeah.
The young girl. She's got a good smile. She's got that warm and friendly look about her. I mean, not that looks are what matter, but her smile is really compelling, and her son's really cute.
Yeah.
He's old enough and has been through the school that he's already finished the school that she's teaching, so he's already been integrated into like the local schools where they speak Spanish. So he's already done the translation. I think that's the story. I think it is.
Good morning from day 2. Waiting for my morning tuk-tuk. Today we're going back up into the mountains. We're going to another school, filming there. Should be a good day of filming and capturing these beautiful moments. I think we have found our hero, the hero of the story. I talked to Sarah and we both feel like she's it. So I'm gonna go meet Bill and Janice now, and we're going up to the mountains. All right, let's go.
Desde que mi esposo murió, mis planes fueron cambiados. Me quedé sola con mi hijo. En ese entonces él tenía 9 meses. Era un bebé cuando mi esposo falleció. Entonces en ese tiempo para mí fue muy difícil, porque tener un bebé en brazos, tuve que tejer, bordar y hacer un sinfín de trabajos para sacarlo adelante. Entonces me enteré de esta oportunidad de formar parte como maestra de preescolar en Proyecto Quetzal. Fue para mí en ese entonces una noticia muy buena, y que me ha apoyado siempre seguir adelante.
So we're the third and final school. This is where Irma, she's outside right now, our main character. Wait, come here, look at this. So they've been painting giraffes.
Tienen que agarrar duro para que no lo hice así. En el sol. Mira. Para que se seque.
Bonito. They're very unimpressed with my Spanish. But these are kindergartners. And the cool thing about Project Quetzal is that they have numerous preschools all around this area. And what they do, instead of building schools, they utilize the places that they have now. So this is an already pre-established schoolroom, and they invite people here to do preschool during this day. Where we were at yesterday was somebody's house. Before that was another school that they repurposed. And so they have all of these different preschools for these children all around, and they meet in all sorts of different various areas. So Irma here teaches in the morning, and then she teaches in the afternoon. And so we're here during the morning class just to get shots of her. At the end of the day, we want to create a video for both Sohn and Project Quetzal that will be just impactful. And honestly, being with a bunch of kids and with a camera is the best, because they just don't care. They're like, what are you doing? And the beautiful thing about Project Quetzal is that not only are they helping these students, these kids, learn the Spanish language so they can go on and further their education, but they're empowering women, they're paying women that would not have a job otherwise. It's cool to be a part of. Say adios.
Digan adiós.
Say adios.
Adiós. Adiós.
All right, we'll see you later. Onward and upward. All right, we're going on to another interview. All right, let's go. Just about a half a mile down from the hotel that I'm staying at is this really, actually peaceful, quiet market, and it's right on the lake. It's just been a whirlwind of a few days, you know, being in the mountains with the kids and, you know, being here in this amazing just country. And I wish I could share it with Sarah. And we're eternally grateful for this opportunity to work alongside Sohn because we believe in so much in what Jake is doing and the power of good stories for great causes. And I just wish Sarah was here. But somehow, 1,500 miles apart, we are making this work to the best of our ability, and we can't wait to show you the finished product. It's been a very rewarding few days, and we're excited just to put this out into the world. I'm giving a quick English lesson, and they gave me a tostada for free while they're making me a pupusa. Sorry, Sarah. Was that okay? No, okay. Okay. I thought I just ate somebody else's. Yeah.
Salsa.
Salsa.
¿Cómo se dice?
Okay. Salsa. Salsa.
Solo salsa.
Yeah, salsa.
No,
Yeah.
¿cómo se dice en inglés salsa?
Salsa.
Salsa.
Yeah. I have my pupusa and my tostada. They were so sweet. It was just a night little market, and she was making pupusas. And I'm like, "Are you making pupusas?" She said, "That's a dumb question. You're making pupusas." And while I was sitting there waiting, she was wanting English lessons. She just kept asking me how to say things in English, and I kept telling her. And then she rewarded me with a free tostada. The people here in Guatemala are just so nice. They were making fun of me. I was making fun of them. It was just like, it was such a good time. So I'm gonna eat my tostada and my pupusa. Sarah's gonna see this later and be jealous, but it's okay. Time to get some rest and get back at it tomorrow. And for those of you who don't know what a pupusa is, it's basically like a deep fried tortilla stuffed with cheese, or you could put any sort of meat in there, but I got the cheese. Anything deep fried's good. Good morning. This is my final day. I leave here at noon today to head back to the States, but before I get back, I have to get our video translated. So I'm on my way to meet Bill and Janice, and we're gonna watch through the interviews and make sure that we have the right translation, because you know, Quechua and Quiche, not too many people know those languages. We want to make sure that we put the right words in their mouth. So I'm on my way to meet them right now for breakfast. We'll watch the video, and then I'll be on my way home. So we just finished with translating. Janice was so kind to write everything in English for me, and we're gonna finish this up. All right, just said goodbye to Bill and Janice. Got the translations finished. Let's go home. But before I get on the plane and leave, there's a coffee shop that I really want to go to, and they just opened. It's 11 a.m. They open a little later, but it's called Cafe Loco. Okay, so now I can go home. I've got iced Americano, and to make amends to Sarah, I bought a really big bag of beans. But let's be real, we're gonna share. All right, let's go home. for behind the scenes and extra content, you can head on over to our Patreon community. Otherwise, be sure to follow on Instagram or like and subscribe here. It really helps creators like us.